I apologize. I'm moving too fast. I hit this. It tells me to start streaming here, and it tells me that it's green, and then I forget to start streaming on the actual live stream.
Oh, that's like the Apollo missions. Oh, we forgot to launch the rocket.
Yeah, I forgot to hit the button to launch the rocket. So Bob is calling us various slurs.
Did you put the rocket in space, sir?
He's calling us various slurs, and he is absolutely right. So what happened?
Where is it?
So it's in the chat.
Just Hold on, I gotta laugh this one out for a minute.
You go right ahead because I deserve every bit of it. So Let me
take a swig of my Sam Adams.
I have tried to burn some vacation here. Mm-hmm. So I've been taking Monday and Tuesdays off, which of course means that every emergency in the world is happening at work, and I get called.
You picked the two worst days, homeboy.
It wouldn't have mattered which days I picked. I would have gotten called because this is IT, and this is what happens. So I finished up a mere 15 minutes before this thing started. That trying to finish out a big emergency, and so I haven't been able to hold on a second. Yes.
Are we live?
Yes. We're live.
This is the live YouTube version of the Challenger launch.
Yes.
Husband's son wants to buy a pontoon. She wants questions about it.
You're on the air. Hello.
Okay. Well, I'll get you that after I get done with this.
How long?
I don't know. We're talking on.
We're talking
on
movies. God
right
damn it!
now.
It's important.
You are on the air.
Is it raining where you are?
No, it's not. In fact, it's been getting a little drought ridden here. So
that's when you know. If you ever listen to local talk radio, when they put a caller on, if somebody says, "Is it raining where you are?" that's when you know that call is about to go downhill as fast as possible. It's the universal sign for, oh fuck, just hang up.
The good news is that everything we've been talking about, I've apparently been recording as well. So
sweet, we can fix it in post.
So we can continue this conversation, and those of you who missed it, you will get the full conversation, at least on the audio, and I'll see if maybe I delete the stream and just upload it as a regular video. So but yeah, I got done with my and you can see I just got people just coming into the studio, which is
that's fine.
An extra bedroom in my house. The studio. So I apologize, Outposters. I am just completely and utterly messed up in my head because I am trying to take a day off, which means work calls me, gets me all flustered. I barely finished, but I thought 8 o'clock. That's more than late enough to get things done. No.
Nope.
Murphy came in and said,
"Adulthood
sucks.
Idiot,
you think you are?"
That's all right. I've got a really nice pot of shakshuka warming up right now with my name on it right when we're done. So I know the pain.
I put enough rum in this, so it should help.
3 parts rum to 1 part dark flavored water.
We're not sponsored by Quick Trip, but I'll be happy to do it in lieu of maybe they'll give me some money later.
Give me some money, you piece of shit. I'll peddle your wares.
That's right.
Pleasant.
And now, before we continue on, I'd like to talk to you about Raid Shadow Legends. It sucks.
Folks, are you in the market for a new bicycle? Can I interest you in a new Bahama Streamline Beach Cruiser?
This is definitely our worst one ever.
That's fantastic that you say that, because I'm now talking to myself on my new LG 5, whatever the hell it is. It gives you coronavirus.
I actually am buying a new refrigerator. The one in the garage is dying. And so rather than buying a cheap one, I'm going to move the one that we have into the garage. And then I bought a Samsung that has the big screen on it.
Oh, good. So you can check your Twitter while you're trying to defrost some chicken breast?
No, it's much more important than that. It's when you're out and you think, do I need milk? And I look at my phone, I take a picture inside the thing. I was like, I do need milk. This is fantastic.
Oh, by the way, while your kids are getting their cereal, they're going to see your Pornhub searches.
Well, I'm not going to log in with that account. I mean, I don't search for what? Who? Wait, what? What? Who's talking? So, drink your beer. So I apologize, everyone, for taking so long, and then we were just talking to just each other, which I
Apparently
enjoy tremendously. You're good company.
Checks in the mail. Don't worry, you don't gotta.
No, it's hey, look, I'm just so damn lonely, man.
You're the first person I've talked to in I don't know how long.
Just don't kick me out of the site, man. You're all I talk to. People on the internet. Nobody will look me in the eye.
Now? Stop yelling. You yell at me like my parents when they blame me for everything.
So anyway, we've talked about Gone with the
movies.
Wind. We've talked about what an idiocy that HBO Max is. We come to find out that Sky TV has decided to put disclaimers on all these different types of movies. Their disclaimer is this film has outdated attitudes, language, and cultural depictions which may cause offense today. Are you ready for the list? Balls of Fury.
Sure.
Which
What? Balls of Fury?
Yeah, which quite frankly is right there in the title, but, okay, whatever. Breakfast at Tiffany's. I'll never hear the end of Mickey Rooney's thing. I'm like, okay,
Really?
whatever. Dumbo. It's got to be the Crows.
Yeah.
Flash Gordon.
Give me the break. Flash Gordon. Why? Ming the Merciless?
I'm honestly, I don't know why Flash Gordon.
Or is it just because the movie secretly kind of sucks if you admit it to yourself?
That
It's
movie,
not Dune level bad, but
That movie is great.
maybe I have to watch it again.
It is great
It's been
for
a while.
what it
That's
is.
the Queen did the theme, right?
I don't know why they put Flash Gordon on where the outdated attitudes and stuff are, unless it's because Flash is just constantly rescuing Dale Arden, maybe, or
Maybe he's an alpha male, not in touch with his femininity, or his what is it, feminine fragility, or whatever the hell it is. They're scrolling all over toppled George Washington's.
I have no idea. Gone with the Wind. Okay,
I've already done that one.
we've already done that one. The Goonies.
Why? Because it sucks. That's why. Okay.
Isn't
I do that.
there a place
Warning.
in there where they call him a fag or something like that?
Yeah.
I think that's why. But
I
I mean,
think
I'm
it's
like,
because the movie is a horribly overrated piece of trash that people love because they've never seen it, and then you watch it and go, "Oh Christ, this is terrible."
I like the Goonies, but I'll freely admit that it's probably all nostalgia.
Yeah.
I
It
feel like compared to anything like what they do today, like Alvin. I mean, I'm sorry, I'll put the Goonies up above Sonic any day, and they're raving about Sonic because it wasn't terrible. Like it wasn't terrible. I was like, yeah, it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great. I mean, there was at least
Sonic
the
is the
Goonies.
one where they're like, "Oh my God, people hate this, so let's fix it," right?
Yeah.
And then it delayed it by 6 months, a year, or whatever it was, and
I
then
don't know how much
came out,
I don't
made a
think it
shit
delayed
ton of
it.
money.
I don't think it delayed it too much, but yeah, but the fact that it wasn't like Alvin and the Chipmunks eating poop and things like that. I mean, there's so much of this. It's just such garbage. So the Goonies,
Yeah.
I feel like there's a story. They're trying to do something. There's some effort. There's some care made into it. Whether or not your cup of tea, I freely admit that's an understandable thing, but I don't think it's a bad movie.
I will grant all of that. I just don't care for the movie, period. And I've seen it. Actually, I've seen Goonies twice. I didn't like it the first time, and I gave it a shot a second time.
When did you see it first time? I mean, how old were you?
Oh, crap. Oh, let's say that was...
Were you of drinking age?
No.
Really? Okay.
This was right around, I'm going to say 1994? 93 sometime is when I saw it. And I saw it at a friend's house at the time. And he was like, "You absolutely are going to love this." And I was so bored that when it was over, we watched Aladdin on VHS, which
Okay.
I happen to like, the cartoon.
Yeah, the
Which I
cartoon's
happen
great.
to like. And then we just sat trying to mimic the, whatever the monkey's name was. I don't remember off the top of my head, but we were trying to make his noise. And I completely forgot about Goonies. I just was like, this kind of sucks. And then I watched it again probably 2004, 2005. Because somebody I was near with at the time was like, "Oh no, this is a quintessential childhood movie," and I was like, "I don't like it. Let's watch it again." I'm like, "All right, I can be convinced." I watched it again. I'm like, the only thing I like about it is the pirate ship.
Pirate ship is pretty cool.
It's like a full-size pirate ship or something, right?
Yeah. Like I said, there's some interesting. The set pieces are nice. I feel like there's effort. And it's one that
there is. I mean, there's
every...
effort into Hook too, and I don't necessarily care for Hook.
I kind of like Hook, but I can't put my finger on why. You ever have those? It's like, I can't objectively tell.
I don't know why I like it.
Yeah, I can't objectively say this is a good movie, but I seem to enjoy it when I watch it. And it's also one of those like Goonies where I see it maybe once every 7 years or something. It's not one that I'm watching very often.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Okay, so on with the list. The jazz singer. I'm going to assume it's the first jazz singer with Al Jolson.
Oh, I think it's Al Jolson. Yeah.
Now, blackface
is kind of terrible no matter what.
Yeah. And here's the thing that they talk about blackface. Blackface is not the act of putting dark makeup on your skin. You have to it's a very specific art form where it's not just the black face, but it's the white lips, the clown makeup, the gloves, and a very specific style of acting once you get
it's an exaggerated performance.
Yeah. But and they've called it blackface, but because everybody's a simpleton now, they think, "Oh, you just put makeup on your face, that makes it blackface." No, it doesn't. That is not what blackface is. Blackface is a very specific art form that I will admit, I will give them that one. It's crap. It was designed for no other reason than to demean those that it was portraying.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's nothing really
Remember when
artistic
Spike Lee made a movie with blackface? Speaking of,
I think the best I still and see they tried to call it blackface, but I still think that the best one was Tropic Thunder.
Oh yeah, easily.
Yeah. Fantastic.
I mean, the fantastic part of that is it was a complete parody of the entire
Hollywood
sort of system of Hollywood, but acting in particular, or actors, I guess I should say, the method acting, the preparation, all that nonsensical crap you always hear, especially the really serious actors talk about getting into character and whatever it is that killed Heath Ledger. Essentially, it was just a straight parody of that. It wasn't making fun of anybody in particular other than basically the Hollywood system.
Well, that and how up their own ass they are. Most of these actors are so up their own ass, and quite frankly are really insecure nothings that they don't have. There's nothing of them, and so they do all these crazier and crazier stunts because there's nothing of them, and then their view on the world. I thought it was the funniest thing when they were talking about how you never go full retard because you can't portray somebody that's disabled, completely disabled. You have to have some sort of special power or something because you got to make them
some kind of insight.
Yeah. It's like the magic Negro. How many times is God or an angel or some mystical being always portrayed as black? They even had
almost every time.
Every time. They even did that with Key and Peele, where the janitor comes in and he's like the magic Negro. He's like, "Oh, you got some help, and I'm gonna give." And there's like some sparkle. And then another one comes in. And they have a magic Negro fight, and it turns into like a Dragon Ball Z or something. I don't know.
Oh my goodness!
They just destroy the
Forrest
office.
Gump had that problem.
Yeah, it did. He was that's and it's like. If you're really gonna, you don't care about the disabled or the mentally handicapped. You care about getting your Oscar. You care about doing it in a way that will make you look better to the world, and that's why you get
no further than Sean Penn.
Mm-hmm. Oh, just about all these actors. So I got nothing.
It's absurd.
Yeah, it's crazy. So let's see. Jungle Book. I guess Jungle
The
Book
cartoon?
now.
Really?
Probably.
How are you offended by a cartoon?
I'm guessing it's because
It's
a
not
black
Song of the
guy.
South.
I'm guessing because a black guy played the orangutan.
Oh, give me. Come on. Come on.
Hey man, it's the
That's
only thing
ridiculous.
It's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, but like
Um,
the voice just fit. Why isn't why don't you just say, well, that voice just fits. It has nothing to do with the person behind it. Like your voice. Cartoons are very sort of audio because the performance is based almost not exclusively, but how you sound is quite important in a cartoon.
I thought it was great. I never thought of it as I don't know what am I
Where
supposed
the hell do these people get off? Like, why can't you watch a movie and just fucking watch it?
Well, here's the thing. I don't know. I mean, what does it say about them? I don't look at a monkey and think black person. I just don't.
No,
I don't
never.
see that.
Who does?
So why? Well, apparently these people. And I'm like going, okay, well,
Says more about
is it
them,
you or me? I mean, what do you see? And even if you do, okay, the guy's singing. He's got a great voice. He's portraying a character. It's enjoyable. What's the negativity that you see here? Like even when they show somebody positive, they complain.
Yeah.
And if they show them negative, they complain. I don't know what they want. I don't think they know what they want.
There's a constant need to be outraged. It's like a fire it's like a forest fire, basically feeds itself.
Yeah.
And the kindling is the outrage. There's always something out there. If you're looking for it, you can be offended by everything. And I think it's like, we used to have a saying in this country where it was like, we don't go abroad looking for monsters to slay, which is why we don't up until, fucking World War II ruined about everything. But we don't go overseas looking for a bad guy to kick their fucking ass to make ourselves feel better. That's what these people are. They go out of their way almost to find something to upset them, to validate whatever it is they feel inside. Usually I think most of it's got to be just shortcomings, failures. Parents have failed. They're not living up to whatever standards it is they think they've got for themselves. Whatever. They go out with the intent to find something that's going to justify whatever it is they woke up feeling.
Yeah.
Which I think is absolutely nonsensical. That is no way to live. That is that's apocalyptic.
Well, there's no meaning in their life. I mean, like most of these people.
No, there's absolutely no meaning.
I guarantee most of these people don't have kids. I guarantee it.
No.
They don't
have kids. They probably don't have jobs. They don't have responsibilities.
Yeah.
Everything has been done for them to the point that they never had to balance a checkbook. Balancing a checkbook will change your perspective on a lot of things pretty quickly. And until you have to do that, which I had to figure out the hard way.
Yep.
I'm sure you had to figure out the hard way. I'm going to make sure
that's why
my
I do
kids
everything
figure out the hard way. That's why I trusted that really nice guy from Bahrain who was telling me he's going to maximize my Bitcoin potential.
Oh, it seems legit.
No, but what the hell could be wrong? He's going to give me part of whatever it is he funnels into the United States.
I think you should go for it, man.
Oh, I might. I'm probably going to go from 8% to 10% or no deal.
I'll do this from prison. I don't care. We'll set you up a webcam. Don't worry. We'll cover you.
Oh, I don't know if you guys want to see what's going to happen on the webcam while it's in prison.
Maybe we do. Let's see. What else we got here? Let me just read off the last one. The Last Samurai, Lawrence of Arabia, The Littlest Rebel, The Lone Ranger, and Trading Places.
Trading Places? You've got to be kidding me. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, we're doomed. This might be it.
The week.
It's either this is the high water mark of completely fucking insane and everything's going to roll back, or we're just going to blow this goddamn thing up like it's the Challenger, because that's ridiculous.
Now, also,
every movie on that list is actually ridiculous. Nonsensical crap. You get over yourselves, people.
Tropic Thunder is also on the list, of course, because people don't understand the joke. Aliens. Why is Aliens on the list?
I saw that screenshot today. I went, you've got to be fucking kidding me. That's about as
Depictions.
feminist a movie as you could possibly fucking get.
I guess because Sigourney Weaver isn't complaining the entire time. That's, feminists, that's what they do. You can't be a feminist
No
if you're not
offense.
bitching and complaining all the time.
She was telling the men what to do. You would think this would be a rallying cry. You would expect that Chaz or Chad or whatever the hell they got up in Seattle would have a flag of Ellen Ripley. She's basically everything you want. She was pushing Marines around, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. I don't think they know what they want. I don't think they know what they're going to do. But, unfortunately...
I think they're desperate to find value.
They are. But
I think we just talked about it, but it's
so
ridiculous.
Here's the issue. The what was it? The meek shall inherit the earth? It's like apparently the weak shall inherit the earth.
Yep.
Okay, so the people that are in control of the culture right now, the people who make movies, who are making TV shows, or making all this stuff, and not all of it, not everything. There's some stuff that's halfway decent. I was actually...
Sure.
I started watching Stargirl recently. Watched the first episode of that. I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's decent, and it doesn't seem to be pushing anything major as far.
Right.
It's just trying to be a silly superhero show and stay true to the character. By the way, a character that I like because she came out as an actual character with something, yes, she was female and she was a teenager, but there was like things that about
that
being
didn't
a
define
teenager.
her.
Well, it did in a way. It was like she was a teenage girl, and she acted like a teenage girl, and still trying to be a superhero while being a dumb teenage girl. It was a neat angle, and learning and growing, and she had weaknesses, and that's fun. And so I seem to be seeing, because she got a hold of the staff, and she's a complete disaster with it so far.
Yeah.
Great. Good. She's failing. She's going to learn. That's interesting. I'm enjoying this. She's a great character.
She's a hero's journey.
Yeah.
Remember that old storytelling technique?
Because she keeps trying, and she keeps, and she's screwing up, and there's things that are out of her control that are coming. But, I mean, it's kind of old-fashioned. It feels old-fashioned. And so not everything, but a ton of it is terrible garbage. Woke, idiotic
I would say
garbage.
the vast majority of it is. And I tried to watch that. What was it on Netflix? It's Hollywood,
I haven't tried yet.
and it's got a guy who did The Thing. Anyway, I think it's I don't know. I'm terrible with actors' names. Dylan McDermott, maybe.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, it's classic Hollywood's golden age of Hollywood sort of story with guy trying to make it as an actor or something like that, ends up working basically, and it's basically based loosely on a true story of a gas station that sort of also operated as essentially a whorehouse or a bordello. You could rent out men to use for whatever reason you had. It actually happened, but the show takes such liberties with actual history. I mean, it abused Rock Hudson. It turned Rock Hudson into this sort of clueless idiot. I was just like, what is that serving? Like
Not
Rock
much.
Hudson, everybody knows about Rock Hudson.
Yeah.
Everybody knows Rock Hudson's story. It's not news to anybody. Well, unless you're new to the internet, I suppose. But I mean, it's another one. I was like, you know what? I'm going to give this a shot, and it let me down because it's another one of those. It stopped telling a story. It had really compelling characters. That was the problem. That's the thing that let me down. There was people in it where I'm like, oh, develop this character. Let's go on this arc. Let's take this journey. I'm all for it. I don't watch a lot of scripted television, but let's go. I'm ready. And then it's just, we're just going to sit here and give out our stupid little line, non sequitur, nonsensical crap. And I just went, I can't do it anymore.
Dom, I just want you to know before we go on much further that you are getting shredded in the comments.
Shred away, shredding shredders.
So they say link on the board doesn't work. Yeah, that's true. I can't embed live streams yet. So get out there and help
I've
me
noticed
get
that.
Yeah, I need 1,000 subscribers before I can.
Click here to see our last video.
That's right.
Be sure to click over here to check out our Patreon. We're going to put a description in the bottom so you can follow us Be sure to smash that like button or I'm going to come to your house. I'm going to face fuck you.
That's right. And disavow. I'm I can't until I get a certain number of subscribers and a certain number of views. I cannot embed live streams. I think it has to do with monetization, which is why I can't get ads and that sort of thing going on there. So please do whatever you can to share out these videos, the ones that I've made, or any of these live streams. You throw it on your Twitter, throw it on your Facebook, get the word out there. It would really help us out. I would appreciate it. And then, but now we'll go to the comments. So, Ray Gun Given says, Flash Gordon is awesome. Maybe it's you that sucks, Dom. Hashtag cancel Dom. You're a horribly overrated piece of trash, Dom. Only seen Goonies twice, Dom. I've seen it 5 times in the last week, and I haven't even seen it in years. You garbage subhuman.
Is this all the same person still?
This is Ray Gun Gibbons. Yes,
Please tell me. I'm living rent free in Ray's head.
Apparently,
I am so
you
happy
are
right now.
He's really unhappy with you.
Lose it, Florida boy.
Oh, Florida man! You didn't tell me, Florida man. Okay.
Oh, that's straight Florida. He's pure, uncut Florida.
King Louie, gotta have my pop says King Louie was voiced by an Italian guy. I don't think that's right. I thought it was Louis. Anderson. No, not Louis Anderson. The Satchmo? What's his name? Louis.
You got me.
You know who I'm talking about, though, right?
I was about to say Louis Gohmert, but I don't think that's who it is.
No.
It's Louis Louis. There we go.
It's good enough. Kevin Willis says Flash Gordon is awesome. Dom doesn't know that? No, Dom doesn't know that. Dom's getting his brain baked in Arizona right now. And I ain't talking about the fun wacky weed. I'm talking about actual infrared rays because he appears to be much closer to the sun than we are.
I'm being oven roasted for a tender inside and a crispy outside.
That's right. When his thermometer pops out his butt, then we know the live stream is done.
Wait until you see what I can do with it.
Then the live stream will be done, Dom. Seriously.
We
Kevin
will be arrested.
He tells everyone to subscribe. I haven't had a lot of new subscribers in a while, so you need to work harder. No, I appreciate it. If it's just it just takes a while to get it going. I will say the Flash Gordon video has been fairly evergreen. I get about 8 to 10 views on it a day, and it keeps growing. So that's
not bad.
Yeah. Kevin Willis, mostly to report Dom for alcoholism, and I'm the one they call Drunken Yoda.
It's a 24-ounce beer. Give me a break.
That's right. I got the full rum in here, 100 proof.
Which one of you saviors is gonna help me out here?
Yeah, I do need to set. I would do, what do you call it? Super chats and things like that. But I believe last time when we had so many problems, I'd started up the OBS that comes with Streamlabs, and I think the two smacked into each other. And then when I reinstalled my regular
you crossed
OBS,
the streams, huh?
I crossed the streams. It's like two guys standing at the urinal. Don't cross the streams. And renting out men, which he just admitted to doing. You admitted to renting out men. Disavow? Dom wants
I did? That was a show. I'm talking about a show. A scripted television program in serial format. You heathens. You blood-soaked heathens. Scumbags.
So Pornhub does series now? Dom wants to rent Ray Gun Givens, and Ray Gun says, I don't come cheap, Dom.
No, it probably takes a lot of work.
Gotta have my pops. Louis Prima, look it up. Yes, I would look it up, but I have you guys to look it up for me while I'm trying to produce this magnificent show. So
hello.
Thank you, Louis Prima. Kevin Willis, I'm lazy, but I need to get the word out. Pimp that Flash Gordon. I pimped it out to Facebook groups at one time. Yes, you did. And I think that's part of the reason why, for whatever reason, that Facebook has really done well. But if you guys got Twitter, or hey, we're always looking for help. So if somebody wants to be our social media master and try to help us get the word out on the site or whatever.
Master's a triggering word. Don't.
Oh, you're right. Yes, sir. I won't say that no more, sir.
Primary. We use primary now.
Okay, boss. That's a trigger. You got a trigger. Do it right. I say go for the goal.
I'm gonna cut myself later.
Okay. Disavow. I have to say that a lot.
Cancel culture.
That's
Canceling
right.
your comment.
You've already got your first hashtag. Cancel Dom. I like that. Hashtag cancel Dom.
Keep
Let's
it up.
get that going on Twitters.
Hashtag Dom's Army.
That's right. So then the question becomes: so you've seen all this how they're putting this out there. I think people are rejecting it more and more. We've seen some of these movies just die. We've seen some of them. Say what you will about Captain Marvel, and I've said it. The truth is, it made a pile of money. Now,
yeah,
is it one that's being bought? Is it one that people are talking about? I mean, I don't see anybody really talking about it. I don't hear people when they talk about the Marvel Cinematic Universe or talking about Captain Marvel unless to degrade it or talk about how they hate Brie Larson. So will Captain Marvel 2 do the money that the other one did? If you keep going down these roads, I think we've got two problems here with Hollywood. One, the woke crap, the diversity for diversity's sake, which comes across as pandering and insulting. And I can say
it is.
It is. And having a black daughter, she's like going, why do they do this? I don't like it. She didn't like it either. Like she called, you remember when they remade Annie a few years ago? My daughter actually calls it Black Annie. And she's like, okay. She's like, I don't get it. I don't need this. It's not now, like, I got no problems with Black Panther, really. I know a lot of people did, and there is some stuff in there that's a little odd. But for the most part, I don't have a problem with the idea of the character or any of that. And I wouldn't want them to put in an Asian guy or a Mexican guy or a Chinese guy in there. Or a white guy. I would want it to be black guy.
It's Black Panther.
Yeah, he's in Africa,
basically
for Christ's
speaks for
sake.
itself.
And that's and I don't think anybody would disagree with me. But then when we put black guys in Norwegian Viking myths where there wasn't a black guy to be seen for thousands of miles.
Didn't that just recently happen with a movie? And it was
Thor.
A movie that's supposed to be based. Well, Thor's not. It's a comic book movie. That doesn't matter.
I granted,
really
but
count.
like
you can do whatever you want.
But
it's
they
fantasy.
Put what
do whatever you want.
You can. Okay, all right. I'll give you that one. And I like the guy that played Heimdall.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a great actor. Don't get me wrong, but Idris Elba. But it's not the recasting that bothers me. It's the why they do the recasting. And the why they do the recasting is basically they look at us and they say, "We know you're racist, so we have to do this." It's like, no, I'm not. I don't.
They're doing the same thing with James Bond.
Yeah, I don't accept
it
your
has to
your
be cast
premise.
a certain way, but it demeans whoever gets that part because you didn't get it on merit. You didn't. I'd say you didn't earn it, but you didn't work for it. They basically gave it to you because you fit whatever it is they're looking for at the time, because they're trying to score some kind of nonsensical point or whatever is going on. But Idris Elba isn't the next James Bond because Idris Elba went and, auditioned for the part and sold it, and it was, you cannot not give him the part. It was, hey, Idris Elba, you're black and people know who you are. We want to give this to you. It's like, why are you demeaning those individuals? Going out and getting acting jobs is actually probably really hard work, so give it to them because they busted their ass off. It doesn't matter how they look.
I might take them seriously if they watched a Bollywood movie or a Japanese movie and said you need more white people in there. You know, if I saw some, I
That'd be
mean, I
great
would
if you
still
had-
disagree with it, but at least I'd see some consistency. But they wouldn't do that. You know?
No.
So
No,
it's
no,
not.
absolutely not.
It's not about equality.
it's
It's about
nonsense.
anti-white. That's all it is. Races. Look, just because you hate your own race doesn't make you any less racist.
No, you're down on the level of the people you claim you're fighting.
Mhm.
Actually, you are the people you claim you're fighting because you're the one who's actually doing it. The rest of it is perceived and imagined, and you've spotted it under a rock somewhere late at night, and you can't figure out what the hell it is. So you've decided you're just going to call it this because you can pigeonhole it and you can get a bunch of people to follow along with you.
I don't get it. All my dogs are barking like crazy for some reason outside. I'm guessing the zombies are trying to get over the fence. I'm going to get the dogs
Well,
first.
shoot.
That's why I have them. Black Panther, that final CGI fight was lame. Yeah, I agree.
I didn't even see it. Comic book movies bore me.
You know, I
Sorry.
like them.
Hot take. Hashtag Dom's hot take.
Hot
Comic
take.
book movies are lame.
I think the MCU was something special for the most part. It's a big television show. Is what
I
it
will
is.
grant you that. They planned everything out
Yeah.
and executed it with almost military precision.
And,
So
and you,
I will give them that, even though I saw 2 of those movies, the first one and the last one. I'll give you that. I kept up enough to know what the hell was going on the entire time. And they stuck to it. And then they landed it, or they nailed the landing.
and then they
I got no-
decided to spit
doesn't mean
out
I
a few
care.
more that nobody's going to want to. It's going to be hard to watch them after this because, like, you had an ending.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. They should realize you just stop it right now.
You
It doesn't
stop it
matter.
right
You
now.
can tell your standalones if you want. Those are,
Yeah.
I guess, okay, but you better do it on a modest budget.
Well, you know, they're still pumping out Star Wars movies after 43 years, so who knows?
Well, there's Star Wars in name, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, no, agreed. So getting back to our original point.
Movies?
You got all these movies that are woke, they're getting woker. It's getting less enjoyable to watch these. Christopher Nolan, he's always going to put out something quality, but and there are some good indie flicks out there, stuff that you can find on streaming. But between COVID and seeing the stuff where you go, it's either a woke remake or something that's going to shit on a character from years ago, you know, that you loved, or you know, like they've done to Star Trek and Star Wars and everything else, or you're just not going to want to go because of COVID. But I mean, between the 1-2 punch, it's great that they're opening
Movie
up.
theaters are dead.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm wondering. I'm like going, okay, I think they'll have a surge. They'll have a surge in July and August, and there's a lot of stuff that people will want to see.
Mm-hmm.
But if they don't start making quality stuff that people want to see, that resonate, like I just watched the Ghostbusters reunion with the Josh Gad thing, which is the only thing he's doing that's worth a shit right now, and it's something that still resonates and still works, and it's something I can watch again and again. And same with like things like Animal House and Caddyshack and Back to the Future and the original Star Wars trilogy, and just a ton of shit from back then. Even the stuff that ain't so good, or people are like, I don't really like it. Like I talked about Popeye. Okay, I get it. It's not everybody's cup of tea. I get that. I can see why it isn't.
Oh,
But
yeah, it's definitely
boy, it is an ambitious thing, and it certainly isn't.
Yeah.
It certainly isn't product. And
I can appreciate those kinds of movies that definitely reached and tried to be something. And even,
yeah,
I hate to give it any kind of credit, but Last Jedi was at least a movie that tried to be something. It failed miserably and spectacularly in every conceivable and possible way, but I mean, your heart was in the right place. I don't know if that counts for anything, but your heart was in the right place. You just weren't the right person to do it. And this wasn't the right movie to do it. So
Ryan Johnson is
I'll
an
grant
enigma
that.
to
And
me.
I'll give you Popeye.
Ryan Johnson is an enigma to me. I liked Looper. I thought Knives Out was pretty good.
I might actually watch it. I don't know yet. I haven't made up my mind.
It's an interesting take on the whodunit because you know who done it. And then
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, and then but it's the getting to the end. I mean, you think you know who done it, but you don't know how it ended up that way, and you're rooting for the person who done it. So it's a very neat take on this thing, and I don't feel like it's horribly woke or anything. I think he knows how to structure a movie, and I think that if he's given the right material, he can do all right. Star Wars, I think he was trying to do something, and I also think that he was being pushed by Kathleen Kennedy, all this woke nonsense. So structurally, The Last
Jedi
Jedi is...
They need to mark them.
Yeah.
I will give you that.
Structurally, it works, but the problem is that it breaks the universe so much, and it breaks things you know about the universe. And there's things I feel like we get a little too nuts on. Like when they show the bombs dropping. Everybody gets so upset about the bombs dropping. It's like, do you guys not remember Empire Strikes Back when the TIE bombers, they're falling right out of there and they're bombing the asteroid trying to find them? It's like that did happen before. We get really nitpicky sometimes about what we think, what we want to get nuts on. My biggest problems with The Last Jedi is one that it treated Luke like garbage. Mm-hmm. It turned a great character into garbage. And it elevated. It tried to. It
elevated people who didn't deserve to be elevated because they hadn't actually worked for it.
And then there were places where
nobody in that movie had actually worked for anything they had received or gotten, or any movement they had made vertically. None of them actually worked for it. They didn't start anywhere and didn't become anything.
I might have been slightly less pissed at the movie or slightly less angry at it if they had let Finn die and save them, at least, and then worked it out from there. But
that's ballsy, going that direction.
Yeah, but they didn't. They did this nonsensical thing where she says, we got to save what we love. And she says that while the damn Death Star laser cracks open the door like an egg. It's like, are you listening to that?
It's called being tone deaf.
Yeah. So, I mean, there was so much of that kind of crap. So I'm kind of like going, okay, so why can't we get a movie with a story? I mean, they seem to used to know this stuff, and they, even as lefty as they always were. But now it's just, it's like this Artemis Fowl. I don't know what they were thinking. It is so bonkers. And it's so like, we're going to do this scene, we're going to do this scene, we're going to do this scene. There's no connecting tissue or no reason why people make these decisions from scene to scene to scene.
Things just happen to happen.
They just happen to happen.
Move the movie along.
And you can just see everything's a trailer moment. And then you go, okay. And then we talked about the censorship and the trigger warnings, right? So I got to watch Joss Gad eat all the dirt, and you could see it come flying out his butt. Like he's wearing the underwear, but somehow it's coming out his butt through the underwear, strained. I don't know. And then, but they put CGI hair on Daryl Hannah from a movie 35 years ago on her butt. I'm like going, what? Could you make any sense for me, please? Make some sense.
No, it's done on the fly. Everything is done on the fly now. There's no planning anything out. There's no thinking anything through. There's no, where are we going? And how do we want to get there? It's, oh shit, we got to do this. Oh shit, we got to do that. We've got to put hair on somebody's butt, but let's make sure they have explosive diarrhea, like you just said.
Yeah.
Why?
And this is a brand new movie.
It's not even the same people making those decisions, probably.
I need a trigger warning for that scene. That's what I need a trigger warning for. Was not expecting.
I need a trigger warning to wake up in the morning.
I didn't understand. I just don't understand the decision making. It's like, I guess, and part of it that angers me so much is that when I watch a movie now and I see diverse casting, or I see a woman put into a certain role or something like that,
right?
I instead of just enjoying what's being put in front of me, I see, was this put in for some political purpose? Is this some woke casting? Is this something that they're trying to tell me that I'm a big bigot and an asshole? I can't.
Yes.
How do I enjoy anything anymore? I can't.
There is no enjoying anything anymore.
No.
There's only enjoying whatever it is you enjoyed prior to today, because history has been erased. It's being scrapped. It's being thrown to the ash heap, ironically, of history. And they're starting all over again. And all the same problems and all the same crimes and all the same wrongs are going to happen all over again because everybody has decided they're not going to learn the lesson.
Yeah, it's nice that the Chaz has fast forwarded that, that they put up the wall. They put up the wall immediately. They wouldn't call police, and then they immediately had shootings and crimes, which they called the police, which no one would help them. They ran out of food. They didn't know how to farm. Fantastic. It's good to see them implode within a month.
Unless they clean it out before then, which I hope they don't. I think it's probably a bad image for the city of Seattle, but I don't think anybody wants it to go away. Nobody wants to see the army move in. Everybody just wants to see the slow train wreck, or I guess even the hyper train wreck that is people like me who didn't necessarily get to watch the Soviet Union fall apart because we didn't actually see the Soviet Union when we were kids. And now it's like, oh man, this must be what it was like when the Berlin Wall came down, that feeling of, there's an actual ending to this.
Oh, yeah.
And it's going to be hilarious.
Yeah, watching the Soviet Union fall, I do remember that, and it was glorious. And it was, if we, and that's the thing that Reagan understood, if you just be tough on them and say no, like, because all communists are basically children. They're basically people in Arrested Development.
Look no further than Chaz.
Than Chaz. They're just people that never had to work, don't want to work, and are spoiled, rotten children. And when they're actually left on their own and we say no to them and treat them like you should treat them, they immediately implode. It took, as soon as Reagan got in, the Soviet Union had been around since the early 1900s, I think, when Lenin took over, right? And they went on for
about 1920.
Something like that, yeah. So, and then Stalin took over. And the death and the destruction and everything. And finally Reagan gets in, and within 10 years, they're toast. They're toast. And it's like, all you had to do was say no. That's basically it. All you had to do
slap
was
your
say
children
no.
on the hands every now and then.
Yeah. And that's what we got. I mean, that's where we're at now. And yet, Hollywood, academia, and all this, they won't say no to these people. They're scared of these people. They shouldn't be. But
hell no. You can't be scared of your children.
Yeah, but they are. So, all these Ritalin-soaked maniacs who are just running down the street.
Yep.
All right, let's take it. You want to go? You want me to read some chats here?
Oh yeah, I can't wait to hear it.
Okay, let's see. Oh my gosh, these guys. I appreciate it. I'm getting a lot of chatting here, and I am really sorry about the idiocy that was my technical skills today. I'm in IT. I am. Okay, I popped it out. Why won't you come up? Oh, here we go. All right, finally. It's a little slow. But the chat has always been slow. That is no problem.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. Now you're blaming his man rental on TV. Sure, I believe that. Was Louis Prima Italian? I don't know. Check your SEO boxes. Sicilian. All right, I'm popping out to try to share this on Twitter to all 7 of my followers. Thank you, Kevin Willis. I'm sure it will make all the difference in the world. Hey, I'm not looking to get. I'm being sincere. I will take anything I can get. Black Panther, the final CGI fight was lame. Yes, it was. Woke casting. Also saying you're not racist makes you more racist now. So don't say that, I guess. Understood. Another hashtag to cancel Dom.
I'm gonna hunt you fuckers down.
Mrs. Dom has been trying to cancel Dom. I'm sorry. Mrs. Dom has been trying to hashtag cancel Dom for years. Kevin Willis, I want to see Black Widow. I do too, but mostly because and I'm not proud of this, but I can never get enough of Scarlett Johansson in that skin tight suit.
Yeah, but it's on DVD and you have it on streaming, so why can't you just do that? That way, when your kids are going to watch the movie and it's constantly paused on one scene in particular, just be like, I just fall asleep then.
There you go. Mrs. Ark is a Black Widow, but she's not very good at it. That was Dank Tokulo. Kim Will says, "Oh no, no, not Russian, not quite. For one thing, Popeye was awesome, great film. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed my retrospective on it." Dank says, "I met the other kind of Black Widow. We had some of those in our garage once. They're talking about insects and pest control at this point. They've completely ignoring us.
Black Widows are nasty business.
Yeah." You were talking. Ebob says you were talking about Gone with the Wind. Okay, boomers. I think we're well beyond boomers when it talks about Gone with the Wind. I think we're like 2 generations ahead of that.
We haven't even gotten to World War II yet.
I'm a little behind now. They're saying about Gone with the Wind, nobody ever talks about the sequel. Yeah, there was a sequel. Everybody hated it. I think it was a made-for-TV movie, maybe. It was called Terra.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was just the book. I don't know if they actually made the movie out of Terra.
No, I want to say it was on NBC or something like that.
Was it? NBC, they're whores.
And wasn't one of the James Bonds was in it, I think. Timothy Dutton? Maybe? I could be thinking of something else.
Dalton.
Certainly.
Timothy Dalton.
Dalton, whatever.
Tim Dutton.
Whatever.
Total different guy.
Whatever.
He would never be a James Bond.
Movies make you stupid, which is why I'm dumb.
True. Popeye filled me with anxiety, similar to watching Fawlty Towers. Way too much going on. Too many people overacting over one another. Yeah, I mean, I'm not... I can't...
Whoever says they don't like Fawlty Towers should just be banned.
It's got to have my pops, and I can't ban him because he's our artist. I
think we need to draw a line in the sand. That's all I'm saying.
I can't draw a line in the sand. That's why I have an artist.
Shoot.
I honestly can see why people wouldn't like Popeye. I agree, or at least I understand, but it's not being your taste. I still think it's an underrated movie in a lot of ways, but I get it. It's
not everybody's cup of tea.
Ebob says he's buying a new bike. That's good to know.
Good, fantastic.
Be careful on those Craigslist ads, though. I've heard nasty
I wonder if he
things.
can deliver Domino's pizza.
Don't say you don't be a Trump supporter and say you enjoyed it, though. They'll come and get you. Brokeback podcast. Dom.
What?
Give me a kiss, baby. I love rum, especially cheap rum.
I got cotton mouth tonight, so you're gonna get a little bit of a dry
humping. I understand. Dom fears the rise of the Domlets. I don't know what that is.
No, I want them to so they can move the hell out.
Dank, I'm in it. There's a shock. I don't know. The sequel is awful. They made the movie terrible. Oh, Dank. Terrible.
Not everyone's a winner.
Timothy Dalton, correct. Timothy Hutton. Yes, that's Dutton. I said Dutton. It was Hutton. Yes, that's what I'm thinking
Was it
of.
Timothy Dalton? All right. Whatever.
Timothy Dalton is the one that was in there, yes. Hashtag cancel Wilford Brimley. He's got diabetes. Don't cancel a guy with diabetes.
Can you cancel the diabetes?
I did just watch The Thing the other day.
On diabetes?
No, the movie, The Thing, because he's in it.
Oh, what are you worried about diabetes for?
Well, because Mr. Wilford Brimley has diabetes. That's how you pronounce it. Diabetes. But he doesn't have his long flowing incredible stash in that movie. It's really jarring to see him without his mustache.
Did he defeat diabetes like Magic Johnson defeated HIV?
Injected money straight into his veins.
Straight money.
No, Soul Man was the best. A bike without a seat. Yeah, okay.
That's how kids are made.
C. Thomas Howell is the man. Did C. Thomas Howell do anything after Soul Man? It feel like it wrecked his career.
I think he did alcoholism.
Well, who hasn't? Guy on my path says he never hated Fawlty Towers. It's just nerve-wracking. I never thought of any show as nerve-wracking.
How is Fawlty Towers nerve-wracking? Don't answer it. I don't care. You're wrong. You're just wrong. You get this.
Brimley is what they call a slow cancel. Kevin Willis, I'd like to come in now. I feel fine. Yeah, that was the. I love when they open it up. He's like, I want to come inside. I feel fine. And in the foreground is a noose.
I'm gonna have to watch that again. I think the kids would love. They've seen Alien and Aliens. Maybe it's time for The Thing.
Even my wife was enjoying The Thing, and she's not really into, if it's not a romance comedy or something from Hallmark, she's not really into it. But she was actually watching The Thing, and I gotta say, man, those
scare the shit out of them when the dog explodes. That's what I want to do.
That whole thing is just crazy, and that dog explodes. I never know. Like, I have a very high res copy. That dog, his face rips off. That and he like turns, and then the skull just falls out of the thing. I don't know if that's supposed to be if it's an accent or part of the deal.
It's a happy accident.
I think it's a happy accent, but it works.
Man, that's the way to go.
Oh God, yes. Did you ever see the 2011 one?
No, but I saw a breakdown of where it failed and the special effects. I guess they had really decent practical effects for the movie, but then they panicked. The producers panicked, or the studio panicked, and did everything CGI, which I guess they had to redo a whole lot of the film. And it looks like fucking dog puke.
I saw a few scenes of it in CGI. I was like, oh my God, this is just...
Yeah.
I don't know.
I have no desire. I don't like remakes as it is, quite frankly.
I'm not anti CGI. I mean, I don't hate it if it's done right. Certainly it wowed you with things like Jurassic Park and the Terminator 2, and there are times when obviously you got to use it, but there's something about as soon as it turns this whole fluid looking, and I'm tired of these big sweeping camera moves and all this, and I don't know. It just. The more I see that, the more I go, this just doesn't feel I'm
it's sensory overload.
Maybe that's it. Maybe that's it.
That happened with me with the Star Trek remake. I went, you know what? I think I'm done with this crap. Give me a model.
Yeah. I'm okay. Take. Have you watched the original series on Netflix, or do you have it on Blu-ray or something like that?
The original Star Trek on Netflix, they have. What's that?
The one from 60s.
No, I've seen those episodes, but the one that is regularly available now is the one where they updated it with all the computer generated stuff.
See, I think they did a great job with that because they really did.
It's okay. It's cartoonish.
I don't think it's that. Well, I mean, it's been like 10, 15 years ago now, but they made it look like it's from the 60s. Like they didn't go too far with it. I feel like
the updated special effects, or just the original practical effects.
The updated
I
special
love the
effects.
practical original; those are great.
I do too, but I don't. There are times where it's like they'll explain something, and then what they show isn't what they're explaining, right? And so they would change that so that they actually showed what they were trying to talk about.
Yeah, they tightened it up a little bit. I'll give you that.
And some of that I think it really works well because I felt like there was they showed a lot of restraint because they didn't want it to, like, if they could have made it like it is today, but then you would insert it with these crap sets and these crap, control. It would look terrible. But instead they made it look like if they had that available in the 1960s to do with practical effects, let's do it as best as we can, but not take it to today's standards. So I really enjoy it because they it's just a little polish is what it feels like. It doesn't feel like a whole overhaul.
It doesn't take you out. I'll give you that. It doesn't take you out. You don't go, oh crap. Your senses are so completely blindsided that you're taken out of whatever's going on. Mostly just fixating on whatever it is the hell is going on screen.
Because there are, and I mean, I even noticed this with the kid. It's like it's the same fucking shot in front of the planet every damn time. And now they do basically that shot, but sometimes they do a little closer, a little farther away.
Yeah.
Just little things. Not, they're not swooping into the bridge. They're not doing that kind of thing.
Thank God.
Yeah, but they are doing just little things, and I just like going. It's like this is. Don't ever touch it again. I love this. I love it how it is now. I really enjoy it, and that's how you do it right. If you're gonna, you don't do it like George Lucas, where you have Jawas getting on giant dinosaurs and robots smacking other robots and shit just covering the screen all the time.
Constantly nitpicking at it too. Like they did it and left it alone. That's fine by me. You went in, you changed it, you polished it, or whatever it is you did, but you left it.
Yeah.
Whereas George Lucas is going to go in every 5 years, he's going to do something fucking stupid to it.
McClunky.
Yeah. No, we need to put R2-D2 behind rocks. What the hell for?
That just takes me out of the movie.
It's ridiculous, especially when you know the way it was. It's
the way it was, but also when you look at it, you go, "Well, how the fuck did he get in there?"
Yeah. Hello.
You don't add stuff that makes you ask questions, dumbass.
Exactly. Wait, what's going? That you do that with terrible films. We're mostly just saying, "What's going on? What's happening? Why is this? What is that?" That is not what you do with a major achievement in movie making and storytelling.
I can forgive
cultural
it all.
Phenomenon. You don't sit there and go, "Why are they doing this? What is this? What is happening? Why?" You don't do that. You do that with Manos: The Hands of Fate.
Hey, that's a classic, man. Don't touch me.
Oh, it absolutely is. I can watch that piece of shit almost anytime.
The one I need to watch. In fact, I think I did watch it finally. And it's mostly because these Red Letter Media guys, they find this crap that you go and they do some big thing on because they love it because it's crap. But that Zat.
Oh, Zat is great. I've seen that before I had found them. I mean, it was a Mystery Science Theater episode too.
Oh, was it? Oh, I didn't know that.
Find them. There were some movies, and there were some movies. I think it was with Joel. There were some movies that were so terrible and awful that I actually had to go and find them for myself to watch them. Zat was one of those films, and it is precious.
It is glorious.
Oh, it's glorious. It's absolutely glorious. Wonderful trash. Manos: The Hands of Fate is the other one.
There's nothing quite so surreal than watching this weird creature guy running around with a bottle of Windex.
And he's in his Nikes or his Converse, whatever he's got going on. It's like, you guys need to cut that shit out.
It's like he's got
it's fantastic that they did it. It's the beauty of incompetence.
It is. His deadly bottle of Windex. He's coming to get you.
And he's spraying the water. What are you doing that for?
It's so laughable.
Fantastic.
I'll never
absolutely fantastic.
I'll never forget. I just started laughing so hard I was crying when I saw the Windex bottle. And just tears were running down my face.
The stupid little spin the wheel, his wheel thing too. I mean, there's so much going on with that film where you're just like, this is clearly made by people who know how to set up a camera. That's about it.
That's about it. And even
they can point the camera, whatever it is they want to film, but that's it. Really, truly, truly great bad films are next level because that important incompetence.
Yeah.
I mean, it's even the same thing with Manos: The Hands of Fate. I think the guy who made the film made it on a dare. Like he was a car dealer or something like that. He made it on a dare.
I finally saw that one
with
too.
somebody who said you could make a film. And he shot it on film where he only had like 30 seconds worth of film at a time. I mean, it's fantastic. That's what you get. You don't know what you're doing. You didn't write a coherent screenplay. You're following nonsense and you're in over your head and you put together a masterpiece completely on accident.
Remind me, is Manos the one that has like 25 minutes of people in a car while credits are rolling?
Yeah.
before the movie even fucking starts. It's like the most boring.
Basically, yeah, and they get lost or something, and
Yeah.
then just turn up at this old guy's house in New Mexico or West Texas or wherever the hell it is. Yeah, that's it. Manos, by the way, is Spanish for hands or something. So
Yeah.
it's like hands, the hands of fate. It's another level of incompetence.
Well, the 70s had the most interesting garbage. Like, there's some really great film that came out of the 70s because the studios were falling apart at that time. They were selling out to Coca-Cola and shit like that. And so you ended up with masterpieces like The Godfather and Star Wars and One Flew Over the
It was
Cuckoo's Nest.
a golden age on its
golden
own.
age. But but people were trying all kinds of things. And it also has some of the most ridiculous crap ever put on film that you go, how did... I mean, you got the terrible economy. You've got drugs that are running rampant, and you got the ability to put anything on film you want, and that's how you end up with a film called Hiss with Dirk Benedict, where he willingly turns into a snake or something. I don't know. It's the most bizarre shit.
Yeah, Michael York, his golden age was the 70s, and I wonder why.
Yeah. And hey, I love Logan's Run. I really do. I think it's a great movie.
It's great.
It's of its time. It's so of its time. But you got Jenny Agutter completely nude. What's not to like? So
Nothing. Fantastic. I think we covered everything today,
I think we've
including
covered a
things
lot.
we weren't going to talk about.
We've talked about a lot. So I apologize. Well, I'm looking at the recording time and the live time. The live time says I was one. Well, it might be the same. I don't know. We'll find out.
I don't know how the internet works. It's all stupid.
I don't know. These are just TVs with typewriters in front of them. That's all I know. So, I will if I have this whole stream, I will get it up to the internet, and the
Follow the
podcast
link
will be
right
coming.
here.
There's no link there, man. We're not that good at production. I wish we were.
He's right.
But I appreciate everybody for watching. Like I said, we're always looking for help. I'm definitely looking for help on putting out YouTube videos. So if you are interested, please
Follow the link right here.
That's right. Just contact us at lastmovieoutpost.com. Of course, come to www.lastmovieoutpost.com. We're always putting up new stories. And you got the YouTube channel. We got Twitter at Movie Outpost and at Drunken Yoda 1. That's me. And we're on Facebook, facebook.com/lastmovieoutpost. Got anything to say to the wonderful viewers who were nice enough to be a part of this?
I hate you all.
Okay. Straight from his mouth. And he wonders why he's getting canceled.
Please cancel me. I didn't want to be renewed anyway.
Well, hey, look, you volunteered to be a part of this shit. I'm not. I said, who wants to be a part? And you were right there.
Yeah.
He's a
Well, if
lying
I'm not gonna
piece of shit,
contribute-
people.
Well, reading gives you AIDS and it sort of turns you into a soy boy. I'm speaking my truth, and the way I look at it, I'm more of an alpha than even an alpha.
Okay, well, I don't think we can put it any better than that. Reading gives you AIDS. Good to know.
I broke a nail.
Okay. I guess we figured it out. So thank you very much for watching. We will see you hopefully next week. I will be going on vacation starting Friday, so I probably will not be getting any videos up in the next week. I hope to get something ready tomorrow to end up coming up on the weekend. Another Overlooked. So we'll see. But it depends on whether or not work bothers me or not tomorrow. So
They'll bother you.
They'll bother me, so probably not. But I will do the best I can, and I'll let you have the last word, sir.
Suck it.
Poetry.
That
Pure
was the
poetry.
last word.
Pure poetry
You
coming out
can't
of his
talk
mouth.
over the last word. Now it's not the last word.
I believe I've talked over the last word. My show, I can decide. So take care, everyone. We'll see you next